In tonight's Crime Watch 10, a violent weekend for Indiana and a heartbreaking one for the law enforcement community. It's a hard fact to hear, but police fatalities are up 37% from just this time last year. News 10's Patsy Kelly spoke to our local men in blue. Patsy, what's the story?
Mike, it might hit a little too close to home for a lot of you, and many of us personally know a police officer or a sheriff's deputy. Could be a brother, husband, wife, friend, or neighbor. And we never imagined it could ever happen to them. But we couldn't be more wrong. And unfortunately, this year it's happening more than ever before. 2 Indiana police officers gunned down within 12 hours of each other.
I'm sad that somebody thinks they have to do that. That's a way out. You know, and I'm sad. I'm sad it couldn't have been handled a different way, or it wasn't handled a different way.
A scary thought for a city police officer, knowing it could have just as easily been them.
You know, that crosses your mind, but if you think that hinders your ability to be able to do your job. It always crosses your mind, and if you're not cognizant of it, then I don't think you're playing it smart. But you can't let it rule you at the same time. You have to be willing to go out there and do your job.
A normal patrolman heads into work each day, knowing he's placing his life on the line. But can you ever truly be prepared for that moment of truth?
No. And you know, you can't, it's easy to sit around and say what you would do in a situation like that. But nobody knows until they're in the situation. Nobody knows. We can sit around and train till we're blue in the face. But until you've been involved in something like that, nobody knows how they, including the general public. Nobody knows how they would react when they get in a deadly force situation until you're there. We can do everything by the book. But one thing we cannot do is predict somebody else's behavior.
Normal operating procedure doesn't seem so normal anymore. And for Terre Haute Police, it brings back bad memories of a fellow officer killed in the line of duty.
It brought those feelings back. Yes, it brought them back. I was sad, you know, I was saddened by it. But it's one of those things where we as police officers have to stand strong for their families.
What's appalling to some community members is the fact these suspects thought shooting and killing an upholder of the law was an option.
One thing we have to understand, Patsy, is most people aren't like this. You know, this is a slim few that do this. There's more good people than there is bad. And I think sometimes the bad overshadows the good. So we have to remember that, especially as police officers.
In Terre Haute with Chief Photojournalist Mike Latta, Patsy Kelly, News 10.